Before I gave my life to Christ, I was basically living in full rebellion of God. Nothing in my life was even remotely close to being Christian. And I was, just like I said, living in full rebellion of God. I wasn't going to church. I wasn't reading the Bible. I wasn't praying. I was just hanging out, enjoying life, and doing everything that you're not supposed to do as a Christian. Well, I guess once my marriage ended, I didn't know what to do. I knew I had a 1-year-old that I had to take care of. That's pretty much all I knew. And so I went home and I moved home and I started going to church with my parents, and I started, I knew about religion and everything like that, but I was always that person in church where at the end of the sermon he would say, if there's anyone who needs to be saved, anyone who wants to give their life to Christ, come up and we'll do it right here today. And I always knew I was that person, that I needed to do that, but I was never the type at the time to get up in front of a bunch of people and do it. God really structured it, I think, in a great way where when I did give my life to Christ, it was private, it was at home, it was with people I really trust and that knew me, and it was meaningful. And after I gave my life to Christ, I was, like you say, on fire for God. I was really into it. I really was reading my Bible, doing everything I was supposed to be doing, but there was this one sin that I just kept going back to, had a hold of me, kept going back to. And I always wondered, well, if I'm really saved, why do I still have this bind? Why do I still keep going back to this sin? And I don't know what it was. I think it was God telling me, hey, Natalie, you're 30. You need to do something now. I woke up and I just realized you're going to keep going back to the sin and you're just going to fall further and further away from God. So I really recommitted my life to Christ and building a relationship with Him and growing in Christ. And God has placed people in my life to help me with that. It's been really great. I feel like I'm growing. I did still wonder, though, because I was thinking a lot about baptism, thinking a lot about it, but I kept thinking, well, should I get baptized? Because I still keep thinking about this sin. I'm not doing it, but it's still there. And it was really prohibiting me from being baptized. And I was actually talking with a friend, and she said, I think the reason why that thought is still there and those chains aren't completely broken is because it makes you realize how much you do need God in your life. And I thought, yep, she nailed it. That's it. That's exactly what it is. Because every time I would think about it, I would go run to Jesus, run to my Bible, or pray, or do whatever it is that I thought I would do, that I thought I should do. And so that's why I decided, you know what, I need to get baptized. It's the logical next step, and it'll be good, and I'm excited. I think if you're waiting to get baptized, you should definitely do it, because not only will it renew you and cleanse you, so to speak, but Jesus says to do it. And just like Alex talks about, when you are standing before Him and He says, why haven't you been baptized? What are you going to say? Well, I don't know. I was scared. It's just not a good enough answer.